Hello, 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 my dear friends. My name is Lorelei Fenton, and I'm your roving Ancient Awakenings reporter. And in my private life, I'm a transformational personal growth and life coach, which means having breakthroughs in life by the speedy route. We're talking about the channeling today on Friday, April 20th, 2018, which was the very first day of our advance in the mountains. And it was quite a marvelous channeling which kicked off this advance. Our MC, if you will, was one of the individuals known collectively as One Who Serves. Actually, I think several of them came throughout the weekend, but this particular one started us off. And as some of you may recall, this collective of several individuals does not use their known names and titles, or any names and titles, in order to highlight the fact that we all are one. Our channelings, by the way, go through our very dear brother, James McConnell, who has been channeling for over 25 years. And that's no easy feat, as I hear it. So thank you, James. So I'm pretty sure our MC at this particular channeling, the One Who Serves, was the One Who Serves that we refer to as the funny one, because we started off in such a jolly mood. And some of us were chanting with One Who Serves as he arrived. And so One Who Serves said there was an echo, you know. And he asked how we were feeling, and someone said, high as a kite, which of course kicked off a jovial conversation about a natural high. And we ain't seen nothing yet for a natural high. And then One Who Serves said, of course, Yeshua drank wine and made wine with water. And won't that be great when we don't have to go to the store for wine, but we can make it right here out of water? So this particular first session to kick us off was really about trying out some Lemurian chants. And some of you may know Lemuria and Atlantis were ancient continents on our planet, which were here tens of thousands of years ago. And they were of a 5-dimensional frequency and vibration, 5th dimensional, I should say, which is, of course, where we're going. So it's appropriate. And most of us have been Lemurian in this group, or we've been Atlantean, or even both. So this morning was to be a remembrance, if you will, of that time, kind of getting us in that 5th dimensional frequency. And we were told we were all on a journey, our own journey, and also our own mission. And this is going to be revealed to us more and more through our higher selves. And what we're doing this weekend, we're told, is raising our vibrations up, preparing and acclimating for all of those energies coming in. So the energy, as it comes in, is not going to floor us, but instead it's going to raise us to the heavens, right? Everything is being planned and orchestrated, and we are a part of that great orchestration. And even those who are quiet and sort of passive, we're told, are a big part of that orchestration. This is what we're told, because they were there, because they are here, spreading the light without even knowing it, right? They are here, or were there, I should say, at the advance. That's where we're going. So they were at the advance, they're here, spreading the light without even knowing it. So very cool, huh? So then we got to the chanting, and that's kind of a special thing for us. And you have to be part of our group and come to the calls or the advance to actually hear what I would call sacred chants. So that's something for you to look forward to. And we were told that doing it on the phone is just as important as doing it actually in person. So don't ever think you're not important when you join the advance on the phone. These chants, by the way, are a tool, we're told, to raise our vibrations. So as we were doing this, we were to pay very close attention to how our vibration was rising. And we were told that these chants, we were told that they had held off giving us this particular high vibrational tool until they felt it was the right time. And now is the time, the right time, we were told. And we were also told there are so many things in the works and so much to prepare for. And this was a tool to further prepare us. And I can tell you, I have used that tool of those chants almost every day since that advance. And it is kick butt powerful. Yes, it feels great. It raises your vibration. So then we did the first chanting set, and we were told that the point of all of this was to raise our vibrations enough so that we could begin to remember. And these tones were sort of a key, if you will, to help us remember and to forward our mission. And then we did the second set of chants, and we were instructed to feel the resonance within us, within each body part or chakra. And we were told that, in fact, these particular chants are actually DNA downloads, which will reconnect the various parts of our DNA. And DNA can also be upgraded with crystals and various other tools. I will say, too, that at the advance, you meet wonderful people with all kinds of wonderful tools and gifts that they have, that they share. And one particular lovely new friend of mine turned me on to St. Germaine DNA Activation, which is very powerful. And I've also been using that ever since the advance. So that advance was really, I really took it home. I mean, it was good stuff. So, by the way, I'll put St. Germaine's DNA Activation into the notes for everybody out there. Very, very good. As one is chanting, by the way, it's also important to take deep breaths and really feel those energies rising. And how we did the chants was that we moved from a chant for the root chakra to the sacral chakra, and then the solar plexus. And these are earth, water, fire, and air, respectively. The earth or root chakra, we're told, is about our very survival. The sacral or water chakra is about pleasure. And this, by the way, was the chakra that dominated the Roman time, right? That makes sense. The solar plexus is the chakra about fight or flight, and those adrenal glands in there are very prominent. And plus the fire is there, so to speak. The fire of anger that can flare up with that chakra. And the fourth chakra we move to is the feminine energy, the energy of the heart. And this, by the way, is what's coming back to us right now. It's the energy that's flooding in and expanding everything. Consciousness itself actually expands with the heart. Isn't that amazing? Consciousness expands. Then we move to the throat and the third eye, and finally to the crown. So the fifth chakra is the throat, with the thyroid being prominent. And it's about speaking, and it's the will center. And we're speaking of the higher will, if you will, there. The egoic will center is the third chakra, or the solar plexus. But the higher will is in the throat. And then the heart comes between the two centers, the throat and the solar plexus, the higher will and the egoic will. And it kind of balances those two centers. So the third eye, by the way, is the awakening, or the reawakening of the psychic senses. And this has been very long dormant, but it is coming alive now. This is about knowing psychically, or feeling things, or sensing things, and seeing things that are there, but that others might not detect. And by the way, we're now decalcifying the pineal gland, which has been calcified through fluoride and also through the programming here. And we're now, literally awakening the stargate, we're told, so we can travel the universe using our personal light vehicle, our Merkabah. That's pretty cool stuff, huh? So then we were at the crown, or the pituitary gland, which is the gland that controls everything. There's no accident why that's the crown, right? And why why that's such a powerful center. We were told to consider this kind of whole effect of these going through the chakras like sort of a Jacob's ladder. As we move up the ladder, we move up in vibration. And then, by the way, at this point, James's throat was giving out with all the chanting, and we were told that we would normally do this over and over again, going up the ladder and feeling our vibrations rise and rise. But for now, we stopped because we had to give a break to James. So, at this point, we were also told that this first night was a preparation for the next one, where they were going to attempt to do this initiation for us all. It was an initiation, sort of as Jesus had done for his disciples, to sort of send us out in the world, go ye forth and multiply. And this is an attempt, he said. It's an attempt because it's never been done before with people on the phone and with this human phone contraption. But they have a belief, or they had a belief, that it would work because of the nature of vibrations and how they work, and they knew this. So meanwhile, our job was to really believe and not to doubt at all. For instance, if we were to say in the meditation, is that really a dove or a flame over my head? Then doubt would dissipate that for us. It would take it away. So believing is seeing. So then One Who Serves spoke of Randy's upcoming workshop and how she's here for a definite purpose. And it's not by chance. She's bringing the vibration and forwarding the action and the expression of love. And she is greatly guided. And we were told that everything is working together for the weekend. So it's best not to even miss a bit of it. But if you're on the phone, you just do the best you can to participate. And don't stress over what you can or can't do. And that's always the best idea, isn't it? Do the best you can, but don't stress. And just, go with the flow, as they say. So then we were asked what we felt in doing these particular sort of sacred chants. What did we actually feel? And one person said she felt she was coming home. And others felt some things like the heart opening and blossoming, and tears of joy, connection, heat, energy, feeling like a tree. And we were told, by the way, that we might feel we're coming home because we have done these chants before, and we are all family. So some of us also felt a sort of expansion or an activation. Some felt the kundalini rising. Some saw visions of trees blossoming and people dressed in white robes. Some felt vibrations and some were crying, tears of joy. And one person saw a vortex around the house. This was important because there was a vortex that our guides had created. And we were strengthening it with our chanting. And by the way, on that note, we were told to really get ready because there might be a show here this weekend. By the way, there was a wonderful show 2 days later where our brothers and sisters in the ships actually came around the house by the masses. They were up there in the sky. And it was nighttime, and the song came on the radio, I got friends in low places. And at that moment, they arrived. And we were their friends in low places, as in on the earth, and they were in the sky, right? And we were all singing and dancing, and tons of other songs came on, and we were waving and singing, and the ships were blinking their lights. It was a miracle. It was just a completely beautiful miracle. But I digress. Back to the chanting. Some people saw pulsating colors, or they felt a powerful wholeness or a oneness. And some had sensations of hot and cold and electricity and energy pushing up the spine. One person felt like a veil at the top of her head was literally busting open. And this, we were told, was a compression breakthrough at the crown of the head, where there's a sort of a membrane there. And we were going to hear more about these compression breakthroughs in Randy's wonderful class. And that we did hear some great things. But One Who Serves said that a compression breakthrough is like when there are forces of light from above the planet and forces of light coming from below the planet. And they sort of meet on the surface, and they compress out all of the darkness. And by the way, there cannot be enough dark to get rid of the light. It's impossible. And a pinpoint of light can illuminate an entire room. That's pretty interesting to think about, right? So a compression breakthrough is also when a seed breaks through the shell and begins to grow its roots. Or it's when an egg gets fertilized and it gives off a burst of light. Or it's when a mother's water bursts. Or when the baby actually pushes through and the head emerges. This is all compression breakthrough. The first compression breakthrough came when there was only darkness, and the unmanifest decided to become manifest and to let there be light. That was the very first compression breakthrough. Sound actually created the manifest world. As in the quote, the beginning was the word. And the sound that pushed through in this compression breakthrough, it was not exactly the sound of Om, but that was as close to it as we get. It was the Prime Creator's own particular amazing Om-like sound. Isn't that cool? Now, we are also told it's not exactly sound that creates everything, but more specifically, it's vibration. Everything is vibration and consciousness. And higher vibrations lead to higher consciousness. And higher consciousness leads to higher vibration. So that was pretty wonderful stuff to hear about. Now, at this point, one who serves needed to release channel, and so he said goodbye, and he left the building, giving us his peace and be the one and Shanti and all of that great stuff. And I got to tell you, that was such an amazing advance. I'm just wanting to be there again just by retelling you about it. So it is the end of July of 2018, and we are coming up on the next advance in just 2 weeks. We do hope we see you there. Namaste. All blessings, love, and light to you. I send you my peace, my joy, fun, play, ease, and wonderful, effortless prosperity and abundance. Namaste.